Good morning, everyone. Let's start chapter 7 of history, that is the revolt of 1857. First of all, we will read why did such a revolt start in India. The revolt was started due to unfair policies of the British towards the Indians. The British ruled India for about 100 years from 1757 till 1857. The British rule created dissatisfaction among the masses, which led to outbreaks in different parts of the country. In 1857, a major revolt occurred which shook the very foundation of the British rule. It had vast participation of soldiers, peasants, craftsmen, artisans, nobles and rulers. Now let's discuss about the nature of the revolt of 1857. The revolt is known by different names. Some Indian historians call it the first war of independence because for the first time in the Indian history, different segments of Indian society stood up against a common enemy, that was the British. The revolt of 1857 is also termed as Sepoy Mutiny because the mutiny was started by the soldiers. Disraeli called it as a national revolt as the participants were united by one common feature, that is their hatred towards the Britishers and love for their motherland. Now let's talk about the causes that led to the revolt. There were many causes for the revolt like political, economic, military, social and religious and immediate causes. Let's discuss one by one. First of all, political causes of the revolt. There were two main expansion policies of the British, that were subsidiary alliance and doctrine of lapse, which you have already read in chapter 2 also. Lord Wellesley introduced subsidiary alliance. According to the alliance, the British provided forces to the Indian princes in return for the subsidy. If Indian rulers failed to pay subsidy, the part of their territory was annexed by the British as penalty. मीन्स ब्रिटिशर्स इंडियन रूलर्स को आर्मी प्रोवाइड करवाते थे और आर्मी का सारा एक्सपेंस इंडियन रूलर्स को ही देना पड़ता था. अगर वह पेमेंट नहीं दे पाते थे तो फाइन के रूप में उनके राज्य का कुछ पार्ट ले लिया जाता था. एंड another policy was the doctrine of lapse, which was introduced by Lord Dalhousie. According to the policy, if any Indian ruler dies without a male heir, the kingdom would automatically pass over to the British. Means जिस रूलर के पास अपना बेटा नहीं होता था उसकी डेथ के बाद उसका राज्य ब्रिटिशर्स ले लेते थे और उसको चाइल्ड अडॉप्ट करने की भी परमिशन नहीं दी जाती थी. द स्टेट्स लाइक सतारा, संबलपुर, झांसी, नागपुर and Jaipur were the affected territories, which created the distress among the Indian rulers. The educated Indians were dissatisfied for not getting government jobs. As part of the doctrine of lapse policy, the titles and the pensions of the some Indian princes were confiscated. Confiscated means zabt kar lena. Like Nana Sahib, who was the adopted son of Balaji Bajirao II, was denied the pension. These were the political causes that led to the revolt. Now, let's read about the economic causes of the revolt. British exploited the economic resources of India to their advantage. They forced the farmers to cultivate cash crops, which created scarcity of raw materials and food grains. The Indian goods were subjected to heavy duty, means Indian goods पर ज़्यादा टैक्स लगता था. The craftsmen and artisans were affected because of the arrival of machine-made cheap goods of British. इंडियन गुड्स की डिमांड ही नहीं रही थी और इंडियन हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स इंडस्ट्री बंद हो गई. The exploitation policy of the British on one side and the oppression by the moneylender on the another hand made the life of the farmers miserable. ब्रिटिशर्स फार्मर्स से ज़्यादा टैक्स लेते थे और जब फार्मर्स के पास टैक्स चुकाने के लिए मनी नहीं होती थी तो वह मनी लेंडर से ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट पर उधार ले लेते थे, तो जिससे उनकी हालत है जो वो धीरे धीरे ख़राब हो गई. एंड दे लॉस देयर लैंड एंड बिकेम जॉबलेस. मोरओवर, farmers earlier got patronage from kings and nobles. Patronage means financial support. That was also lost under the rule of the British. These all were economic causes. Next are social and religious causes of the revolt. The Christian missionaries tried to convert the people to Christianity, which induced fear among the people. Widow remarriage, abolition of sati, and encouraging women education, these measures made Hindus feel hurt. They felt that the British were purposely introducing such measure to challenge the sentiments of Hindus. The racial policy of the British and the ill treatment faced by the Indians at parks, hotels and public places gave a final blow to the social and religious lives of the Indians. And another causes are military causes of the revolt. In the army, the Indians were restricted to the post of Subedar and Sepoys and were never considered for a high post. Indians were considered inferior by the British and were paid less than the British officials. The soldiers were asked to serve overseas by the General Service Enlistment Act in 1856. But due to religious sentiments, the Hindus objected to go overseas. Now, the immediate cause of the revolt or the spark that led to the revolt. New Enfield rifle was introduced in the army in 1856. A rumor spread that the cartridges were made of cow and pig fat, which had to be bite off before loading it into the rifle. The sepoys refused to use them since it hurt the religious sentiments of Hindus and Muslims. On 29 March 1857, Mangal Pandey revolted and called the other sepoys to react at Barakpur. He was arrested and hanged on 8th April 1857. On 9th May 1857, 85 soldiers at Meerut protested against the use of the cartridges and they were sentenced to 10 years of imprisonment. The sepoys set fire to the British houses and killed the British men, women and the children. Some proceeded towards Delhi. That's how the revolt started. Events and places of the revolt we will discuss in next session. Now read these topics twice and complete bookwork. Thank you, students.